So now we're going to start chapter 4, exponents and logs. So exponents in parentheses we distribute. So this is 2 squared x to the 6th y squared. So 4x to the 6th y squared. So this one we'd cube everything. So 3 cubed x to the 6th y to the 15th. X to the 9th y to the 6th. So 3 cubed. So we have 27. There's more x's on the bottom, so x cubed. So if we look at those, and then if we look at these, so that would be y to the 9th. So if we distribute here, 4 to the negative 2, x to the negative 2. But negative exponents, we have to just flip sides that they're on. So we have 1 over 16x squared. So number 22, well, anything to the 0 power is 1. So we could raise, raise everything to the negative 1 power. 4 to the negative 1, x to the negative 4, y to the negative 10, divided by 6 to the negative 1, x to the negative 7, y to the negative 8, z to the negative 1. Now I'm going to move sides that they're on since they're negative. So 6, 4, x positive 7, x 4, y 8, y 10, z to the first. And now reduce everything down. 3 over 2. So x third. Y squared on the bottom. Z to the first on top. Solving equations with exponents. Bases need to be the same. So 1 over 6 squared. Well, it's in the bottom, so this is 6 to the x equals 6 to the negative 2. So x has to be negative 2. 24, base is the same. 2 to the 2 minus 3x. 2 squared to the x minus 1. So 2 to the 2 minus 3x. 2 to the 2x minus 2. Bases are the same. So 2 minus 3x equals 2x minus 2. And solving this, 5x equals 4. So x is 4/5. So the next one, first thing we got to do, divide each side by 16. We got to get the base by itself. So x to the negative 2/3 equals 9 over 16. And now we raise it to the reciprocal power. So now on this side, we just have x equals, I'm going to distribute that, negative 3 over 2, 16 to the negative 3 over 2. Which really is 16 to the 3 over 2, 9 to the 3 over 2. And if you guys remember, we separate these out. So this is 16 to the 1/2 cubed, 9 to the 1/2 cubed. So 16 to the 1/2 is 4. So 4 cubed, 9 to the 1/2 over 3 cubed. So we have 64 over 27. So the next one here, we divide by 3 first. So we have x to the 1/4 equals 2. Then we raise to the 4 over 1 power. So x equals 2 to the 4th, or 16. Graph 3 to the x. So let's find our intercept first. So anything to the 0 power is 1. When it's 1, we have 3. So 0, 1, 1, 3. So we have our swoop. So the asymptote is at y equals 0. Well, the next one, what happened to our asymptote? It moved down 3. So, and what happens when we plug in 0? 3 to the first, so 3 minus 3 is 0. Let's do a 1. So that'd be 3 squared is 9, minus 3 is 6. Maybe we'll put a negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Minus 3 is negative 2. So we have our swoop there. Evaluate without a calculator. So again, we say this equals x. So 5 to the x equals 5. So it has to be 1. So if this equals x, 4 to the x power equals 1 over 16. So base is the same. So this is 1 over 4 squared. So 4 to the x equals 4 to the negative 2. So it's negative 2. And this one equals x. 16 to the x equals 8. Same bases, so this is 2 to the 4th to the x power. 2 to the 3rd, so 4x has to equal 3. So x equals 3/4. Solve for x. So if we turn this into an exponent, 3 squared equals 2x plus 1. So 9 equals 2x plus 1. So that means x has to be 4. The next one, we have some properties of logs. So adding goes back to multiplying. So log base 4 of x times x plus 2 equals log base 4 of 35. The logs are on the same side. So x times x plus 2 equals 35. So x squared plus 2x equals 35. So set it equal to 0. So we have x plus 7, x minus 5 equals 0. So we have x equals negative 7, and x equals 5. Condense into a single log. Well, out in front becomes an exponent. So this is log base 3 of 5, log base 3 of 8, minus log base 3 of 10. Adding goes back to multiplying. So log base 3 of 40 minus log base 3 of 10. But now we can say minus goes back to division. So this is log base 3 of 4. So if we were to expand, division goes back to subtraction. So log of x squared y cubed minus the log of z. Multiplying goes to adding. So log of x squared plus log of y cubed minus the log of z. And then the exponent comes out in front. And we're almost done. So these last ones you could use a calculator on. So if we switch this into log form, this is log base 5 of 7 equals x plus 2. So you calculate what this is. So log base 5 of 7 minus 2 equals x. So this one is a log. Log base e of 2.1 equals x. And we know that this is the natural log. Log base e is natural log. So you definitely need a calculator on these. And as for this next one, so when it's on both sides, we log both sides. The exponent comes out in front. Let's see, distribute. So x log 4 minus 3 log 4. Let's get x's on the same side. And they're not an even scale if you remember those rulers, so we can't combine this. We factor out an x. So then we can divide by log 7 minus log 4. And then you type that into your calculator and see what you get for